Hi everyone, in this video I am going to discuss the syllabus details of VLSI design course. So this is for third year first semester BTech students, and the syllabus is divided into 5 units. In unit 1 we have the introduction to IC technology, MOS transistors, that is NMOS, CMOS, PMOS, BiCMOS, this introduction basics. Then fabrication technologies, like the basic steps of the fabrication, like silicon wafer production, oxidation, lithography, different types of lithographies, mainly photolithography, diffusion, the type of doping mechanism, that is next ion implantation, and comparison between diffusion and ion implantation. Finally, metallization and the merits and demerits of usage of metals like aluminium or copper, the problems like electromigration, the metallization, and etching, that is removal of unwanted material, planarization, the step in the silicon wafer production, encapsulation, that is overall glassing, over sealing, over glassing, integrated resistors, capacitors. Then what are the manufacturing issues? So unit 1 mainly deals with the introduction and the fabrication process. So coming to unit 2, the basic electrical properties. This is also of MOS transistors, but mainly the focus is on the electrical properties. Electrical properties are like finding the relation between drain to source current and IDS and VDS, drain to source voltage relation, and calculating the transconductance, drain conductance, figure of merit. This MOS properties, electrical properties of the MOSFETs and BiCMOS circuits. Then discussing about the pass transistor and the NMOS inverter, and in the NMOS inverter we have depletion MOSFET gate and source connected as a pull-up. So what are the other types of pull-up other than this? Other than this we have resistor pull-up. In CMOS inverter, PMOS acts as a pull-up. So NMOS, enhancement MOSFET, acts as pull-up. Like that, various pull-ups with their advantages, disadvantages, characteristics, transfer characteristics, all those will be discussed. Then CMOS inverter analysis. The many important topic is the CMOS inverter and the analysis and design. Then BiCMOS inverter. BiCMOS inverter improvements, basic BiCMOS inverter and the improvements. 4 circuits of BiCMOS inverters, and comparison between CMOS and BiCMOS, CMOS and bipolar, and next is the sources of power dissipation, like dynamic power, static power, what are the sources. Then some issues like robustness, variability, reliability. Then SPICE simulation, device models, different types of device models. All this will be discussed under unit 2. So similarly, when we discuss about the third unit, VLSI circuit design process and gate level design, then this is the heart of this total course, VLSI design flow. So we will discuss VLSI design flow right from the specification to the GDS2 file, and the basics like what are the MOS layers. So in MOS we have gate, source, drain. What material we use for gate, what material we use for source and drain, and how to form the transistors and the stick diagrams, different color codes for representing different layers. So that is the stick diagrams, like the polysilicon is material used for forming gate. Source and drain are formed by the diffusion. So different colors will be there, like for polysilicon orange color is used. For N diffusion, green color is used. For P diffusion, yellow color is used. For metal, blue color is used. Contacts, black color is used. Like that, different stick diagrams. With sticks, how do we represent transistors? How do we represent various layers? All this will be discussed. Then design rules and layout. First we draw the schematic, then we draw the stick diagram. That stick diagram will be translated to layout. So for layout we require the stick diagram. Stick diagram is a cartoon of layout. That is a rough diagram for layout. So for that, lambda based rules, micron rules, all those we will discuss. Those rules for wires, contacts, transistors, all these will be discussed. Then layout diagrams for NMOS, CMOS, inverters and gates, all those different functions we will take, like F is equal to A plus B whole bar, F is equal to AB whole bar, A, B, C, D, like that different literals will take and represent the stick diagram, schematic, layout, all this we'll do. Then scaling of the MOS circuits. So in scaling, different types will be there. Scaling is a reduction of the dimensions. So then CMOS nanotechnology. So the nanotechnology is a current trend. So what are the issues in the nanotechnology? Advantages, disadvantages, issues, all those we will discuss. Then the switch logic. Switch logic is the pass transistors, transmission gates we use for the switches. So those we will discuss under the switch logic. Under the alternate gate circuits, what are the other gate circuits other than whatever we know? Like other than CMOS, there will be pseudo NMOS, there will be dynamic CMOS, domino CMOS, different alternate gate circuits. So all those we will discuss. Then time delays. So delay is nothing but RC. So R and C should be calculated. R is the sheet resistance, C is the capacitance. So those two we need to know how to calculate. Then with that we can calculate the delays. Then for driving large capacitive loads, what do we use? What are the issues in driving large capacitive loads? So we'll use cascaded buffers as drivers. One is bigger in size when compared to the previous. Like that we choose the inverters, cascaded inverters, and we use the BiCMOS inverters, or we use super buffers for driving large capacitive loads. All those we'll discuss. Then wiring capacitance, fan in, fan out, how many number of inputs we can connect, how many number of outputs we can take, and choice of the layers. All these we'll discuss under the VLSI circuit design process, gate level design. So next is the data path subsystems. So if we consider a main system of a processor, in that we'll have subsystem. In that we'll have still more smaller systems. So like that, here if we consider a CPU, so central processing unit. So in order to form a CPU, we require ALU. In order to form a ALU, we require arithmetic units. So we require adder, and for logic units we require AND gate, OR gate, NOT gate, like that. So we'll discuss about each and every subunit, like different combinational blocks, right from NOT gate, AND gate, OR gate, like that, different logic gates, adders. In adders, different types, not only full adder, different types of adders like carry look ahead adder, ripple carry adder, carry save adder, and carry skip adder. So like the different types of adders we will discuss. Shifters, binary shifter, barrel shifter, logarithmic shifter, like the different shifters, arithmetic logic units, multipliers. In multipliers there are wide varieties like Booth multiplier, normal array multiplier, Wallace tree multiplier. So like the different multipliers. Parity generator to find even parity or odd parity. And the comparators. Comparator is for finding the two numbers are greater, lesser or equal, like that. 0 to 1 detector. So AND gates obviously works for 0 detector. So like that, whenever two inputs of the AND gates is 1, then only output gets 1. Otherwise it is 0. So likewise, we can use for 0 detector, 1 detector, we can use this AND gates, NOR gates, like that. The combinations we can choose. Then counters. We know counter, ripple carry, ripple counter, we know Johnson counter, different types of counters. Counters can be found by flip-flop combinations. Then these are the combinational cells. Next, sequential like SRAM, DRAM, and the comparison, which one is better, which one is used as cache memory, which one is used as main memory, and ROM, serial access memories, content addressable memory, CAM cell. All these we are going to discuss under the data path subsystems, array subsystems. These all form the main system. Main system is nothing but this integration. So next comes the unit 5. Finally, it is a testing, semi-custom integrated circuit design and IC testing. So PLAs, programmable array logics, FPGA, CPLD, standard cell design process. These are, previously we discussed adders, multipliers, all those some simple blocks. Now complex blocks like CPLD, PLA, PAL, all these can be discussed, and the comparison between FPGA and CPLD can be done. Finally, fabrication is as important as concerned. Testing is equally important. At each and every stage of VLSI design, testing plays vital role, because if we don't test properly, all our effort gets wasted. In the wafer level itself we need to test, in the package level we need to test, in the chip level, system level, everywhere we need to do the testing. Otherwise all our effort gets wasted. So according to the rule of 10, at the earlier stage if we test, the cost becomes less. Otherwise the cost becomes more. So different test techniques will be discussed in unit 5, and design for testability, different layout designs, improved testability designs, issues, stuck-at faults, all those will be discussed in unit 5. So this is the overall syllabus of VLSI design. Thank you one and all.